All right, it's early morning and I gotta head on the road for a day trip out of town. This is the beauty of having a freeze dryer. I can throw everything in right now, and when I get back tonight or even tomorrow morning, the batch will be done. So this is gonna freeze dry while I'm gone. Love it. Excuse me. So this is another leftovers, use it up batch that we have in here. I love that nothing goes to waste at my house. Between 3 teenage boys right now and a freeze dryer, if it doesn't get eaten, it gets freeze dried. And it's so nice to feel like anything we harvest or get in bulk is not gonna go to waste. So let me show you what we have in this particular batch. Now this is all pre-frozen, so that definitely cuts down on our freeze drying time. This top tray is barbecue pulled pork. This is one, and I am a little nervous about the fat. I didn't necessarily strain the fat off, so we'll see. It may just have a shorter shelf life. But good flavor. We cooked it in the crock pot, some good barbecue sauce. It was really good. This tray is some mushrooms I wanted to freeze dry before they spoiled, and then half a tray of wontons. So these are from Costco. Costco has, they're like chicken cilantro wontons, something like that. Come on, Trey. There we go. They're so good. We love them. You can like heat them up, steam them, or microwave them and eat them just as is, or we love to make wonton soup with them. That's our personal favorite. So I thought it'd be fun to try freeze drying those. So this is one bag. Between this tray and the other half, 1.5 trays was one bag from Costco. Whoop, and I pulled some ice right off the shelf there. And these bottom 2 trays, this is homemade refried beans. So this is what we made a few days ago for Halloween. Refried beans are so easy to make homemade. They take time, but they're delicious. You just put your hard beans in the crock pot with your water, and then I always add onion, like a chopped up onion and garlic, and then like some cumin and maybe like garlic salt or salt and pepper seasoning, something like that. And then you let it simmer all day. You could even do it overnight on low if you want. I did mine because I was doing it first thing in the morning for that dinner that night. So I had it on high for about 4 hours and then low for the rest of the day. And then once you cook it, like you want to cook it a good 8 to 12 hours. So like I said, you can do it overnight. You can do it 24 hours on low. They're phenomenal. Once you cook them, and I just monitor, add a little water if needed, things like that. Then you puree them up in your food processor. I usually add more salt. Salt is to taste. And then I'll add some like hot sauce, or we love the Macayo's taco sauce. We'll add that in as it's pureeing. And oh my goodness, it makes the best refried beans. So I did a big old batch of that. I had like a 4-pound bag of pinto beans, 4-pound bag of pinto beans that we did for Halloween and stuff to do like bean burritos and all that for dinner. So this is the leftovers. There's a lot. So we have 2 full trays of our refried beans. And then we have the wontons and mushrooms, and the barbecue pulled pork. So with the beans, those might take a little bit longer. Everything else I think will be fairly quick. So, but we can always do the beans on a more dry if we need to. So I'm gonna go ahead. It is pre-frozen, so I'll hit pre-frozen, drained out. Oh, I better close that. I've gotta have someone empty that bucket of water that it drains into. So, okay, now my food valve drain is closed. I'm gonna hit continue, and we're good to go. All right, here is our batch. Let's open the vent. There we go. And so 31 hours, not too bad. Still a little longer than I'd like, but not too bad. So let's see how we did. Hopefully everything's done. All right, I'm gonna check that, well, let's just start at the top and was gonna check this last. Okay, this is actually, I was nervous about the fat in the pork, but it's pretty dry, so good. There's our mushrooms, all styrofoamy. Oh, let's see. Oh, okay, I thought that was spongy, but nope, it's just, the edges are pretty breakable, so they almost feel spongy, but they're not, they're dry. And the wontons, let's see, wontons are on this shelf as well. Ooh, nice and dry. I'm gonna cut one. Oh, or just break it. Oh, so nice. Okay, I was able to just shred it. Now it's wonton powder. All right, and these refried beans. Make sure, oh yeah. I just wanted to make sure they were fully dry all the way through. Yay! All right, I'm gonna pull all these out and bag them up. Okay, so here's our reviews on, we've got the wontons, mushrooms, barbecue pork, and refried beans. So I'm gonna get hot water in the wontons and the beans. Probably in the pork too, huh?
Probably, it's gonna be pretty dry.
I think the mushroom would be
water.
okay eaten dry,
Yeah.
but the rest of these, we want a little water to you. I'm
The wontons
notorious.
may want to submerge, I don't know.
Well, I'm notorious for adding too much water. In these, when I cook it on the stove, it's a little easier to eyeball.
That's probably good there.
That one doesn't have a seal. So, oh, I guess I should have shown them before, but actually, the others looked the way they did when I did my video at the end. But the refried beans, those crumbled up really good. Yeah, they just went into it. Oh yeah, those are gonna reconstitute really fast because they just crumbled into such a dry powder. And there was one little section, I almost need some more.
Nope.
No, it's good. There was one little section I was putting in and I felt a little cold crystal. And so I just kept that whole section out. Everything else was good and dry. So I'm thinking those beans, oh, I didn't grab a spoon. I think those beans are gonna be really good. The mushrooms, I'm not sure. So it looks just like it did before.
Looks like a mushroom.
Yeah.
Mushrooms aren't supposed to crack.
Well, it's because it's freeze dried.
But I mean, it looks like a mushroom. That's
But I couldn't tell. I thought they were like not fully cooked because they felt spongy. But then I just realized it was just the edges bending down.
That's probably really good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's stuck on my tooth. Oh, yeah. Those are really good.
Full flavor and... Yeah.
So normally, like Thrive sells these sliced, which is great if you're throwing it in a casserole or something. But I wanted to freeze dry some whole mushrooms because I was thinking if we did stuffed mushrooms, you could literally just do the whole mushroom that's freeze dried, put your filling in them, and then heat them in the oven like you normally would. And they'd probably reconstitute with, you know, the filling and juices and stuff.
Or you could probably break them up and do like a mushroom crumbles or something instead of just sliced. But I mean, you could do it that way either.
I got that big mushroom piece in my tooth.
Let me grab a small fork or something.
Hydrating. Flip that. Yeah, so this is those refried beans I made from scratch. So they should have good flavor and stuff.
Oh, it's really...
Those reconstituted so fast. That's so fast and easy. Oh, good? It's got the good flavor still?
Oh, yeah.
There's one. Yeah.
That's really good.
That is really good. You know what?
Non-water is perfect.
And so when it comes to food storage, like your pinto beans, they store pretty easily for long term. So it's not so much that it's extending the life doing this, because regular pinto beans, you can have those in a 5-gallon bucket sealed forever. But having them done, because to make into refried beans like this, it's pretty easy. It just is a long process. It takes 8+ hours. So having some, no, I'm good. having some freeze-dried made up, it makes it quick. That's like a camping, traveling, you know, whatever, backpacking one. That's a really good instant add water.
Yeah, instant pre-prepped, all that, so.
But it's like, I can tell you exactly everything that's in there. We don't buy canned refried beans very often, so I don't know if they put a lot of preservatives in or not, but like I can tell you our refried beans, pinto beans, water, garlic, onions, salt, and a little bit of macayo sauce. That's it.
Very good. Yeah.
Yeah. So
that would be great for camping, backpacking.
I think you're right with these wontons.
I think they need to be
okay. I'll add more
submerged,
hot water.
probably.
Yeah. So when I went to test one of them to see if they were fully freeze dried, you know what? We could just put a little bit of bouillon in there, and then it'd be a wonton soup.
Yeah.
And you'd
I want to try your pork.
Yeah, you just cook it up in the wonton soup.
Yeah, bit much water there.
But one of these, when I was checking to make sure they fully hydrated, those snow peas have thrown me for a loop because I even went back and looked at the video and they were dry. But when we pulled them, they were anyhow. But these just crumbled when I checked them. It just went into a million pieces in the powder.
So yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't know if you can really tell.
Rehydrated?
Absolutely.
Good. We'll see how the flavors. No, I'm good.
Oh sure. What am I, just a guinea pig?
Yeah, come over in the video with your bite, so we can get your reaction. So you're not like off screen.
No, that's didn't fully rehydrate. I mean, there's a small crunch in there, but
that was pretty fast. Too.
It was very fast.
We didn't give it a lot of time.
But the flavor is absolutely there. It's pretty sweet. Which pork was this?
That was the barbecue pork we made last week.
Oh, okay.
This one's still okay. One of these. So this top one.
Very good.
This top one's not rehydrated yet, but it looks like the bottom is. See, I can kind of push it.
Yeah, I'm gonna squeeze the air out.
So you want to try the top one? I mean,
Okay.
like I just rotated them, so the one on top is now.
Honestly, I think for those, it would have to be like a soup cooking on the stove.
Probably.
I don't think just sitting here
Probably.
for a minute is going to rehydrate them, but we'll try.
Let's see. That's the okay. So it went back on bottom.
The bottom one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
it's
See,
gonna
it's
fall.
just.
You stabbed it and it
I
crumbled.
did. I stabbed it and it just kind of fell apart. Yeah.
It's still, I can sound the crunches, but it just needs more time. But here's the thing. I mean, it's like chicken cilantro, so it's got your protein in it, and it's got these. If these are something, because even from Costco, it just
You're good.
got me. Even from Costco, they have to stay in the freezer. So this is a good way to make something that's normally like freezer. It's freezer or you eat it. Like there's no fridge, there's no in between. So this would be really good because it'd save up your freezer room. And usually when you go from the freezer to cooking them, you let them boil and cook up anyway.
I would say in a soup or even just steaming them probably would reconstitute them enough.
Yeah.
Because even just soaking in them, it was good. The pasta part of it was still crunchy, actually more than the center was. But
so they take a little. But again,
they would take a little bit more time.
You'd be making a soup and just boiling it or something like that anyway. So okay, cool. Well, thank you.
I think that was all a success.
Yeah,
Very
really.
good. I
All
really
of
liked
it.
the beans. The beans was a good job.
All of it. Those all worked really good.